guys, it's Coach Brianna. I'm back for week 9 of your classes. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're all ready to come back to the gym soon. And I hope you're all healthy and I hope your families are doing great. And I really can't wait to see you guys. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna start off with just running from one side of the mat to the other side of the mat. So if you don't have space for this in your house, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. You can leave this part out. Or you can pause the video and go outside and work on it. But we're just going to tap over here and then we're going to tap over there. So just something about this far apart. So we're going to do that 10 times. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice job with that, guys. Now we're gonna move right on to running with high knees for 10 seconds. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, guys. Next is our butt kick. So we're gonna do the same thing with our arms. We're gonna kick our butt 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work, guys. The next thing we're going to do is 10 straight jumps, pushing right through our toes and reaching as high up as we can. I'm not going to count because it's going to be loud, but you guys go ahead and count your head. And safety stop. Nice work, guys. All right, last thing we're going to do is our couch cushion squat. So remember how we grab our couch cushion? We hold it up. We squat down, we toss it back up. We're going to do that 10 times. Ready? All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, first things first, before we sit down, we're gonna stand in a straddle and we're gonna do 10 wings. We're gonna bend right in half and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice job on that one, guys. Remember, we're gonna stay bent in half and then we're gonna do up down. So we keep our hands together and we wanna feel it stretch right in our armpits, okay? So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice work on that, guys. Now we're gonna do our helicopter. So we're gonna reach right down in the middle. Ready? 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. All right, guys, meet Monty. This is my big gray animal. And then that's Marley over there in the corner. I forgot to close the door before I started the video. Okay, so I put the cats in the other room and put my hair up because that's probably what you should do when you're doing gymnastics. All right, so candlesticks to a pipe, 5 of them, and then 5 to a straddle. So all the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one. 5, and reach. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to do it to a straddle. So remember, you don't want to open at the top. Open into your straddle right before you sit. All the way back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice job, guys. We're gonna move on and we're gonna start stretching our wrists and we're gonna start stretching our necks. So first I'm gonna sit right up. I'm gonna roll my neck out. I don't know, my neck's kind of tight today. I think I slept funky. And roll your shoulders out just a little bit. I lied, we're gonna do our shoulders a little bit too here. So we're gonna reach across. So remember how we do this. We reach, we latch, and we push our elbow back. And switch sides. So latch, grab, push for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. let's stretch our wrists out. So remember, we rock whichever way our fingers are pointing. And point them forward. So how ready are you guys to go back to school? Feels weird because it's like the end of the school year, right? It's June. Crazy. And shake out your wrists. Reach your hands out. Grab your thumbs and roll. Remember, the stretch is up in here. I'm not really elaborating too much on these guys because if you've been here for the last, let's see, it's week 9, so 8 weeks, you probably know what's going on with the stretching. But if you don't, you can always go back and check it out if something's really confusing. But I think that should be pretty explanatory. All right, let's turn and do our splits, everyone's favorite. So you're gonna pick a way to face, pick a favorite side to start with. I'm not gonna tell you which side to start on. Put your hands on your hips. And remember, this is a big step forward. We don't want to be like this. We want to move our foot all the way out and lunge. So if you're going to see, I'm kind of bouncing here. That's something I picked up on when I was an older gymnast, but it pushes that muscle just a little bit more. So if you see me doing some weird stuff, you don't necessarily have to do it. And straight leg reach. So remember, your back knee is anchored, your front foot is anchored, and you're just reaching. Don't let that knee bend though. And deep lunge. So you want that knee to come right up by your shoulder. Make sure you're pushing your back hip down. And remember, you don't want to do a sleep lunge. So sit up nice and tall, chin up, chest up, and you're looking forward, not letting that knee come out. And let's slide on out. So one hand on each side, all the way down. And we're gonna hold for 10 seconds starting now. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna switch sides. So now get up on your knees, take a big step forward with what I'm guessing is your back foot, because we all usually do the good foot first. Hands on your hips and push. So remember, you don't want that big toe to turn in. So you don't want it to look like this. That looks funky, right? It doesn't fall into the side. So you want to make sure that pinky toe is kind of turned out just a little, but not all the way to the side, because that's kind of weird too. And let's move on to our straight leg reach. Back knee stays where it is. Front foot stays where it is. Front knee is the thing that changes, and it goes straight. And reach down. And deep lunge, so both hands on the same side as your big toe. And now you can kind of see better from this angle how my knees really just pulled right into my shoulder, not out to the side. My back leg is almost completely straight behind me. Imagine we're on one of those white lines at the gym. And let's slide out to that split. And we'll go for 10 seconds, starting now. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on out of that one. Get ready for everyone's favorite, my least favorite part probably of every single one of these classes is doing this every week. So slide all the way out, elbows down on the floor, knees are trying to point up. You don't want them to really roll forward. All right, so let's see how far I can make it this week, guys. Well, it's not so bad. It's not comfy though. And we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that hurts. All right, shake out those legs and get ready for your bridges. All right, now if you're in the girls class, just hold your bridge 2 times. If you're in the advanced class, add that bridge rock. Girls class, if you want to challenge, go ahead and do it too. So lay all the way on your back, push on up, and we're gonna hold for, let's do 7 seconds. Ready? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. chin to your chest, grab your knees, rock and roll. Remember, never come down on top of your head, guys. If it sounds like it would hurt, probably shouldn't do it. All right, now I'm gonna add the bridge rock. So remember, advanced class, that's what I want you doing. Girls class, go ahead and do whatever you'd like. So lay right on your back, push up, and remember you wanna push your elbows past your arm or past your hands. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and come on down. Grab your knees, rock and roll. All right, nice job, guys. We're gonna get ready for the next event. Hey everyone, welcome to fitness. So what I need you to do is you're gonna get a coin. Now remember, you're gonna have to pause the video, so make sure you have a remote handy or you can get right to the device that you're streaming from so that you can stop it and then do the fitness, because you're not gonna be doing the exact same thing as every single other person, because odds are you're not gonna flip the same amount of heads and tails. So we're doing 10 different exercises, and based on what you flip between each exercise, when the video says pause, there's gonna be a screen. You're gonna pause and you're gonna work on it, okay? So I have here my quarter. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is either a 15-second plank for heads or a 15-second push-up hold. So I'm gonna show you guys what each of those looks like, but you guys are gonna have to do them, okay? So for example, I'm only gonna flip this first time. I'm gonna go up. Ooh, almost lost it there. Oh man, I got Minnesota. No, I'm just kidding, that's tails. So I would be doing a 15-second push-up hold. So first I'm gonna show you the plank hold, which is heads, and then I'm gonna show you the push-up hold, but I think you guys get the idea. So the plank hold, you're gonna lay out, and your elbows are gonna be down. You're gonna keep your back as flat as you can, and you're gonna count to 15 or time it on your smartwatch or your phone or whatever you got. All right, next, if you got tails, you're gonna be holding a push-up position. So just like we usually do on bars, you're gonna have your hands down, and you're gonna be leaning shoulders right over your wrists, all right, guys? And you're gonna hold that for 15. Now remember, you don't wanna look like this, and you don't want your belly button on the floor, all right? So keep everything nice and straight. Okay, so moving on to the next exercise. So this time, if you get heads, you're doing 15 jumping jacks. I know this isn't 15, but I don't have 5 extra fingers. So 15 jumping jacks. I'll show you a couple, but I think you all probably know what this looks like. So ready? 1, 2, 3, and then times 5. All right, so nice job with that. If you get tails this time, you're gonna do 15 seconds of high knee running. So cheek to cheek to cheek with your hands. So it's gonna look like this. Notice my opposite hand is coming up opposite my leg, right? Makes sense. Okay, now pause the video, work on the next part. Now for our third exercise, if you get heads, you're doing 5 tuck jumps. If you get tails, you're doing 5 straddle jumps. So a tuck jump, we're gonna paint the walls down and then hold our beach ball, or we're gonna keep our arms up. So we're gonna go like this. Tuck jump, 5 times for you if you get heads. All right, now I'm gonna do a baby straddle jump, but we're gonna put our hands on our hips. And if you get tails, you're doing 5 of these. That was kind of a bad one. All right, you get the idea. Now, exercise 4. So for exercise 4, we're either going to, if you get heads, you're doing an arch hold. So that looks like this. And you're holding that for 15 seconds. Now, if you get tails, you're doing arch rocks. So you're gonna look like a boat. All right, 15 seconds of that too. All right, exercise number 5. You're either gonna do 15 seconds of wall sits, which is where you put your back against the wall and you look like you're sitting in a chair, but you're not actually. So I don't have a wall to show you right now, but if I'm doing it, let's see, against this, I'm gonna keep my back straight and it's gonna use my legs, okay? So that's 15 seconds for heads. Now, if you get tails, remember those couch cushion squats that we did? You're doing 15 of those. So remember, you squat all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, and toss at the top. Okay, so for number 6, we're either going to do 10 elevated push-ups, which look like this. So you're going to have your hands up on something higher. So that's the elevation. You're going to have your back straight. And let's see if I got a big enough spot over here. You're going to go all the way down, touch your chest, and all the way back up, all right? 15 times. Now, if you flip tails this time, you're going to be doing shoulder taps. So you're going to get in your push-up position on the floor, and you're going to tap your shoulder. Now, should I look like this, you think? Probably not. So keep your body tight and control it 15 times. All right, next order of business is bicep dips. So we're trying to get our arms back here. So what you're going to want to do is have a couch or have something like a chair, and you're going to put your hands on it. Let's see, I'll go over here. And you want your body out like this, right? And we're going to go all the way down and all the way back up 15 times. All right, you don't want your butt to just sag every time. This isn't helping you. All right, then if you get tails, you're doing candlestick jump ups 10 times. So you're going to go all the way back and jump up. Okay, so for number 8, if you get heads, you're going to do those elevated push-ups that I just showed you. So remember, you're like this. You go all the way down to your chest and back up. All right? Now, if you get tails, you're going to be doing 15 seconds of high knee runs. So just like we did in warm-up, or just like we did earlier too. So like this. All right? Nice job. Now, for number 9, we're doing 10 spaghetti and meatballs or a 15-second hollow hold. So if you get heads, you're doing these. So here's your spaghetti, here's your meatball, and there's your spaghetti. So you're going to do that 10 times. Now, if you get tails, you're just holding this. If that's too hard, you can bend like this, but I'd like to see this. All right, so the next thing, you see I have 4 cups here. Let's hope I can do this on the spot for this video. And I have 4 pieces of ripped up index cards. So I just ripped up an index card. You can rip up a newspaper. You don't need to rip up any new paper. And what you're going to do is if you flip heads, you're a little lucky, you get to stand on your good foot. If you flip tails, a little less lucky, you get to stand on your bad foot. And the goal to this isn't to get discouraged and angry. But you're going to try to stand on one foot, squat down, drop in one. Squat down, drop the other. Oh, I'm trying to fall in this little crack over here. And squat down. And then this one's the hard one. You got to go back behind you. So you got to go down. Whoop. Saved it. All right, there we go. So I want you guys to try that on each respective leg. And if you think it's super fun, maybe try it on the other leg too, because why not? All right, nice job with fitness this time, guys. I'll see you on the next event. Hey guys, welcome to floor. Let's go over some drills that are going to help us with that pesky handstand, okay? So we're going to do some wall drills. The first drill is you want to walk your feet up and you want just your belly against it. So you're getting your back as flat as you can. So let's see if I knock down my pictures here. You're going to walk your hands all the way back until you're flat against the wall. And then walk your hands out. Bend your knees and come down. I don't suggest cartwheeling your way out of that because that could be really bad for you in the end if you smash into something. So the next way, which is a little bit more advanced, but I don't love as much because it doesn't necessarily teach you to stay straight, is kicking up to a handstand. So you're going to face the wall and then you're going to kick, but if you kick too hard, you're going to whack your feet on the wall. So make sure you have control before you try this. So start in your lunge and back down. All right, Now, if you can do that without actually hitting the wall, that's cool too. But I still want you to try to stay as straight as you can. So one more time, starting the lunge. And up to your handstand. And lever down. All right, now, remember, don't let your bottom sag when you're upside down. You don't want your back arching. You want to keep it as straight as you possibly can. So these next two drills are going to help us out with that round off, okay? So instead of doing the round off, we're going to do cartwheel step-ins first, because that's where you would land with one foot, bring the other foot in. But it gives you that motion of going backwards, which is what you want to ultimately feel when you do a round off, because later on, you want to add on to it, like a back handspring, and then maybe a back tuck after the back handspring. But everything's going backwards at that point, so we need to get used to that. So when we do our cartwheel step-in, we start in our lunge, and then we land on one foot. And then the other foot comes in. See how I'm almost falling backwards? Because in that nice hollow position when you come out of it, right there, that would be the easiest time to do that back handspring. So one more time. Starting your lunge, cartwheel, step in. All right? Try that about 10 times for me. Our next drill is a snap down drill. So it's going to help us with our actual round off. So the snap down part, we bring our feet to the floor. I'm going to move my mat over here. Let's hope it doesn't wipe me out. And you're going to do a baby handstand. So emphasis on baby handstand. So like a little donkey kick. And then land with 2 feet. So you're going to go like this. And land, all right? Nothing crazy. But do you see that hollow position I was in? Same thing I did for that step in. So up and down. If that's too easy, try to add a rebound. So you're going to kick up and rebound through your toes, okay? Hopefully those help with your round offs a little. Our next drill is going to help us out with that backwards roll. So what I have here is a foam cube. Now, unless you guys have a pit at your work or your house, you probably don't have one of these. So just grab a book, grab something. You can grab a roll of tape. I'm looking at one on my table right now. So just put it right behind you, but we don't need that right now. So our first drill is just that rolling back and touching our pizza hands, okay? Because that's what people tend to have the hardest time with, aside from actually pushing through, is they want to fall backwards onto their head. So we're going to turtle our back out, so like this, nice and round. And then we're going to hold our hands up. We're going to look down at our belly button. We're going to rock back, tap, and stand up. Did you guys see how my hands touched the mat? So one more time, you go all the way back, hands. It was really dramatically loud, but I wanted you guys to see it. So I want you to try that for me 10 times, and then we're going to move on to the drill with the pit foam. So the pit foam drill is very similar, except we're going to actually just try to touch that behind us. All right, so we're going to go down and tap it, all right? Now I turned my head a little. You don't want to do that. I was looking for the foam. So if you miss whatever your target is, that's totally fine. So I want you to try that 10 times because that's going to help us get that feeling that we need right before we push over, which is where we usually help you guys. All right, on to the next drills. This week, we're going to work on some back handspring drills. So the very first part of a back handspring that I think everyone should know is not the back handspring or the jump back or any of the phases of it. It's what to do if you panic and start to fall. Because inevitably, as much as I hate to say it'll happen to every single one of you, it will happen to every single one of you. So if you're balking a skill or you know it's not safe to do it, I hope you know how to fall well. So we're going to go over a little bit of that today. So the first thing I want you to do is work on your turtle back. So you're going to round out your back because you don't want any of these muscles or any of these tendons in there to actually get hurt if you're falling. That'll knock the wind out of you, your lungs are back. So you just want to make sure that you round out your back and squeeze. So what we're going to do is just some turtle rocks holding onto our knees. So round out your back and turtle rock like this, all right? All right, I want you to try that like 5 times or so, but get the idea of that because now we're going to move on to what's actually probably going to happen. So chances are you're not going to have time to grab your knees and rock back and forth safely, right? So you're either going to have to cross your hands across your chest or put them out in front of you, whichever you feel is safer. So it's fine to do it either way. If you ask me, I probably fall with my arms out straight. But also I do teach people safety falls with their arms crossed because the last thing you want to do if you're falling backwards is put that hand out behind you because that's a good way to break your wrist, hurt your elbow, break your arm, anything like that. When you're going backwards with any kind of force is going to hurt you. So let's try that rock again 5 more times, but with either our arms crossed or our arms out. Or even better yet, try it each way and see what you think feels better. Okay, go back. Turtle back, right? And turtle. So notice I'm not throwing my head back either because you don't want to hit that on the ground, so you want to tuck your chin right in, okay? So that, for all intents and purposes, is how you would safety fall. So if I've got something safe that I can jump onto, then you're gonna fall like that, okay? So, nothing nuts. If you don't have a safe spot to do that last drill, don't worry about it. Okay, so I moved my mat just a little bit because we're gonna work on the jump back part of the drill. So the very first part of back handsprings, you don't just lean backwards and magically end up on your hands, right? You have to jump to your hands. So you want all that leg strength. So the first thing we're gonna do is just a really simple one. You're just gonna straight jump. So you're gonna put your hands on your hips and you're gonna jump, all right? Then we're gonna add an arm swing. So you're gonna start from your hips. Now don't bend over. You're gonna bend like this, keep your back straight. So if you're doing it against a wall, even better yet, you have to keep your back straight. Feel your shoulder blades touch. And then we're just gonna jump up, okay? So nothing crazy, do that 10 times for me first. After you've done 10 regular straight jumps with your arm swing, we're gonna try them just jumping up onto something higher. So if you've got a couch cushion or something safe you can jump on, like maybe not a stool that's gonna flip over on you, you're gonna swing your arms and jump up, okay? So I want you to try that 10 times. So this is just your straight jump, up. Then we're gonna make it a little bit harder. So after you did 10 forward, we're gonna do 10 backwards and up onto the mat. All right, so I'm pushing through my toes to do that. And then if that gets a little too easy, you can always try to find something a little bit taller as long as it's stable to try to jump back up and onto, because that's gonna work right here in your legs, right above your knees. And that's what you need for a successful jump back so we can get to the next phase, the handstand. So the only thing I changed for this drill is I just took one of my couch cushions and I put it on top of my panel mat, just for something a little bit softer on my back. And then we're gonna do our pike coil drill, or coil drill more like, so pike arch. So if this is our pike, we're gonna throw our hands back and we're gonna go into that nice tight arch position because that's the position you're when you're jumping back to your hands. So I think we've done this before, but let's just go in slow motion all the way back and lift your hips and back down. And all the way back, lift your hips and back down. All right, now, if a back handspring was that slow, they'd be probably either really hard to do or really easy to do. But unfortunately for you, they're not, they're fast. So I want you guys to start from here, and then you're gonna throw your arms up and do that coil, but really fast, just like you're actually throwing a back handspring. So here to there, here to there. All right, see the force that I'm using? Because the more swing I have, or not necessarily swing, the more push I have through my legs and momentum from my arms, the easier it is to actually do the skill. The next set of drills that we're gonna work on come after the handstand. So we did our handstand against a wall, but we need to snap down just like we do out of a round off. So you know how you can't just get to your feet on a round off without having your chest all the way down? It's the same with a back handspring. So we're gonna do a round off drill to make our back handspring more effective. So, baby, handstand, snap. Now see how when I do that, I'm rounding out my back and I'm getting everything straight. So lever in. Right there, and I arched a little right there. There is an arch, but not at that point in the skill, so you maybe don't arch at the top. So, after you've gotten that one under control, we're gonna try one where we actually land onto our knees on a couch cushion. So, make sure whatever you're using is stable and it's not gonna hurt you, so try to land on it. All right, did you get hurt? No? All right, then it's safe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand on one side of it and you're gonna kick up to a baby handstand and then try to snap down onto your knees. So let's see if I can move this in a little bit. And you're gonna go up, right down to your knees. See how straight my back is? That's what I'm trying to get you to do, okay guys? because that is the same sitting up feeling that you have coming out of your round off, going into the back handspring, and then coming out of your back handspring and going into whatever else you may connect. So that's it for our back handspring drill, since there's not much else that we can do safely in the house, but I really hope that those help you guys feel like you understand the skill a little better. So this drill is to help out your vault run. So what I want you to do is lean against a wall, or if you have a fence outside, anything that you can lean against. And I want you to take 10 steps with your leg bent all the way up as high as you can on each side. Because this is how we should be running, is lifting our legs and leaning forward almost. All right, then after you've done that, I want you to make it a little bit faster. So you're gonna try to count to either 10 or 15 and try to run. So you're gonna go from here and fast, 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 okay? All right, like I said, 10 or 15 of those, because that's really gonna help you out with that vault run. So after we do our really, really, really good vault run that we just did the drills for, we're gonna move on to our board hit and our hurdle, right? So we talked about the hurdle last week. It's not the same as a round off hurdle or a cartwheel hurdle on the floor. It's a different one with an arm circle though. So let's review that just a little bit. So remember, we step on our bad foot, arm circle, stick, all right? Try that 5 times for me. And then after that, add the straight jump 5 times. So bad foot, arm circle, straight jump, okay? Straight up off of the board. Then our next drill, that's a little bit new this week, but we talked about it last week, is we want to have our feet in front of us. So we are going to do 3 steps and then jump backwards, okay? So ready, 1, 2, 3, jump back, okay? So when we do that, our foot's in front of us. That's how we want to feel when we hit the board. Obviously, we don't actually jump backwards on the board when we vault, but this is a good way to simulate that feeling. So one more time, you're gonna go bad, good, bad, all right, and then jump back. The next thing I want to have you guys do is get that punch through your toes more, okay? Because you can't just jump on a springboard flat foot. That would be really weird. So you need to make sure you're pushing through your toes. So in order to do that, we're going to condition our calves just a little bit, and we're going to do calf raises. So you're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. So these are a little bit different than the calf raises that we would do on beam, because this is simulating our vault. So I want you to do that 10 times. And then after that, you're gonna do 10 on each leg. Okay, next up for our drill, since we just did the Supergirl lifts, the arch kicks, now we're gonna do arch rocks and arch lifts, okay? So, when you're laying out, this is your arch. So we're gonna do arch lifts first. So I want you to do 15 of these. So hide your ears, up, down, because that's how we're throwing our feet over our head. And then I want you to do some arch rocks. So you're gonna, all right, I want you to do that for 15 seconds for the rocks, and I want you to do the lifts, 15 of them, okay? All right, the next thing we're gonna work on is our hollow hold, because when we come off of the board, we're in our hollow. My back is rounded up, that turtle back I talk about. So here's that, and then you're gonna throw your feet up. So then we're gonna work on an arms down hollow hold, and then we're gonna do hollow rocks. So we're just gonna hold like this, like we just came off the springboard, our feet are in front of us. And that's gonna be 15 seconds. Then after that, you're gonna do 15 rocks. So ready like this, like 1, 2, 3, okay? Because that's the motion that you would arm circle up to in your vault. Okay guys, so the last part of our vault is the handstand flat back. So we did our board drills, we did our running drills, and now I'm gonna give you some drills that are gonna help you feel what you should feel coming off of the board and getting to the handstand flat back without actually doing a handstand flat back directly, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is a heel drive drill. So what I need you to grab is a couple of chairs. My chair's falling apart here. And you're gonna lay across them in a safe spot that you're not gonna whack anything, and you're gonna throw your feet over your head. So that's kind of like coming off of the board and throwing your feet up to get to that handstand flat back. So I'm just gonna lay right here like this. And I'm gonna lift. all right? If you don't have anything that you can do that on, don't worry about that drill. I want you guys to do that about 10 times if you have something you can use though. So the edge of a couch, you could use your bed, up to you, a table if you've got a safe spot. I have an island over here, a kitchen island, that might work. So whatever your parents allow you to use. Welcome to beam. So here's my floor beam. If you don't have one, remember you can just put a tape line on the floor, or you can use the lines on a hardwood floor. Be creative, okay? So remember, we always start out with our warm-up, and then we're gonna go over the parts of gymnastic skills that are in the girls' class routine without forcing you guys to memorize a whole new routine today, okay? So first thing is our beam feet. So remember, when in doubt, pinky toes out. Arms are gonna be out to the side. And we're gonna walk all the way to the end of the beam. If you feel like that's not enough, go ahead and try it again on the way back. All right, so pause the video and keep going. Let's go backwards. All right, then sideways. So these are still just flat beam feet for this. And then go sideways the other way, so we're leading with the opposite leg. All right, now let's take it into releve. So remember, releve is a big fancy French word for stand on your tippy toes. So we're just gonna go up, and we're gonna keep our arms right down, or we can put them out. And we're just gonna walk to the end of our beam. And then same thing on the way back, up backwards. Oop, I'm trying to fall across my beam. Here we go. All right, then sideways. And then sideways on the way back. All right, nice job, guys. So one of the first things that's going to be in our routine is our arabesque. It's the first thing in the level 2 routine, and you will see that arabesque clear all the way up through the compulsory levels. So what you want to do is stand on your good foot, and this drill is going to help you get that leg strength you need. So you're just going to tap something behind you. So I have foam, you can use anything. If you don't have a beam, remember you don't have to be on one. Works just as well if you do it on the floor. Maybe not quite as well, but pretty well. And we're going to do tapping. And you're gonna do it 10 times. I'm only gonna show you about 3 times, okay? So your arms are out, and you're gonna tap. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other leg too, okay? Because I want you strong on both sides. Then, after you've done all of those taps on each side, you're gonna do a hold. Ooh. You're gonna do a hold. So you're gonna lift, and you're gonna count to 10, all right? And then do the same thing on the other leg. The goal with that one is to not tap the object behind you, okay? On our beam, we're gonna step, we're gonna lock, and then we're gonna do our pivot turn, okay? So I want you guys to just try that pivot on a beam 10 times alone, because there's not much I can do to help you get that other than make you do it. All right, so the next set of drills kind of help with our pivot turn, because when we do anything on our tippy toes, it uses our calf muscles, right? So if it's hard for you and your legs are going all over like this, it means you need to get a little stronger. So we're gonna do some releve lock. So remember, that's this. Toe raises. So don't have your feet right on top of each other, so you step on your own toes. Have them flat feet, one right in front of the other. And we're gonna keep our arms up, and we're gonna go up, down 10 times, and then we're gonna switch, and we're gonna do 10 with your bad foot in front, okay? So try that, and then come on back. And then our next thing we're gonna work on is one-legged, also in passe, just so you know this is passe. But you can bring your foot down wherever you want. Toe raises. So this one, you can keep your arms out to the side for this. You go up, down, because whenever we do things like that arabesque that we just worked on, that's on one leg. So we need both legs really strong on their own too. So I want you to do 10 calf raises on one leg and 10 on your. All right, guys, so this drill is to help with my lever or my T drill. So there's going to be an option in the routine where you can do a T, which is where you just stop right in the middle like the letter T, or you can do a lever where it goes all the way down, taps, and comes back up, okay? The lever's a little bit harder and a little bit scarier. So we're going to work on stuff that makes it a little less difficult and a little less scary. So right here I have my 2 foam cubes. You can remember use toilet paper stacks is what I usually do. And you're gonna bend over and you're gonna pick up one and you're gonna stand back in a lunge. And then I'm gonna give you something to work on for a T drill too, in case that's what you wanna do directly, because this is the first part of the lever. So we start in our lunge for our lever, we're gonna bend over and we're gonna pick up something and stand. And then we're gonna go back down and restack it. I guess I should have had those a little further away. You don't wanna be bending in half. You wanna be reaching. So, the next drill is stretching out our lever. So step, kick, here. So here's my lunge, my good leg. And I'm gonna tap on the end of my beam. So I'm gonna go all the way down and tap over here and back, all right? Because if I tap down by my toes, look what happens. I'm going all over. It's like trying to balance a pencil on its lead. It wouldn't work well, right? So you wanna reach out just a little bit further. All right, the next drill we're gonna do, put that one foam down, is just holding a T. So you start in your lunge, hide your ears, hold up your foam, and you're just gonna go right to here, and you're gonna count 2, 5, and then you're gonna come right back down, okay? All right, nice job, guys. So the next skill that we're gonna work on is something that you are never gonna be able to escape in gymnastics, and that is a straight jump. So, if you're someone that's gonna stand up on a beam and be terrified, maybe work really hard on these because it's something you're gonna have to do. Whether you're doing a split jump in the next level or whether you're doing a back handspring, every part of that starts with that good old straight jump that you're learning now. So, we're gonna do a little bit of straight jump painting the walls drills without actually doing the jump first so you guys get the feel for it, and then we're gonna add the jump in so it gets a little bit prettier, okay? So, when we do a straight jump, I'll face you first. We paint the walls all the way down to the side, so I'm painting my walls, and then I'm bringing them up in the front, okay? Because if I bring them down, it's bringing me down, and that's the opposite of what you want to do when you're jumping up. So, start with your arms up, paint the walls down, bring them back up. Now we're going to add a releve, so we're going to go all the way down, bend, releve, all the way down, bend, releve. So notice I'm not bending like this, right? You don't want your chest to drop because anytime you do something weird like that on beam, you fall, all right? So you're on it, paint the walls down, straight body, releve. Then we're just gonna add the straight jump right in. So one foot in front of the other, let's keep our hands on our hips and we're just gonna hop up and back down. So like that chasse we did earlier where I said we were doing a beam straight jump in the middle, one foot's in front of the other. So take it onto a beam, jump, and land, all right? And then add the arms in, so paint the walls down, and straight jump, woo. All right, nice work on that. We're gonna do one more drill for dismounts, and then we are all set. Okay, so this one is for your dismount, your side cartwheel handstand on beam. So you wanna make sure that you go up, and then you wanna control the landing. So you wanna come down carefully without smashing your feet on the floor, okay? All right, nice job, guys. Okay, everyone, so that concludes our girls class, week 9. Hopefully I don't have to do too many more of these and I can see you all in person, but until then, stay safe, stay home, stay happy, and stay healthy.